Good morning. Happy New Year. Hope you had fun last night. I had a sick kid, so I was home. But anyway, I'm ready to get started. I mentioned, if you watched my video yesterday, that I'm starting the new year with helping you with a fat loss guide. And but before I give you guys meal plans, I have some meal plans that I've already started working on, and I'm just recording what I'm eating, okay? So they're things that I'm actually eating. Before you get started, it is really, really, really important that you understand how I create this plan, okay? There is a tendency for people to start diets and buy plans. For example, I used to follow Beachbody diets. You order the workout and then you order the meal plan. Here's the deal. When you're following somebody else's meal plan, it should just be a guide for you. You need to start learning how they calculate it, how they put it together, and how they plan it. Because if you don't learn that in the process, by the time you lose the weight you want, you'll come off the plan, and then you won't know how to recreate it in your own life with your own foods that you like to eat, and you won't know how to balance things. And so it's really, really important that you learn how I'm calculating it. And my hope is that you will then take those principles that I'm teaching you and start calculating your own meals that fit your style of, maybe you like lots of Italian foods. Maybe, you're sick of meat and potatoes and you want to try something more colorful and with a lot more flavor. You're sick of the basics. A lot of people who in the fitness industry, they'll give you the calculations, but then you'll see these pre-prepared meals. It's chicken and broccoli, steak and broccoli, fish and broccoli. They all look exactly the same. And that won't work long term. I've done that before too. I've done bodybuilding diets in the past. None of that's going to work long term. You need to understand how these plans are being made, and then I would love for you to watch how I create meals. I'm a cook, and so I love to cook. And so even though I'm not making, a chocolate cake, even though I'm making a healthy meal, my meals are a lot more flavorful. My family enjoy them, and they're really simple too, because I'm really busy. I'm a really busy person. And so I try to keep things simple. But these are foods that I like to eat, and these are things that work for me. My hope is that you'll learn the process. If you don't learn the process, you're not going to take this away and incorporate it into your own life. And I guarantee you, you'll quit the plan and you'll go back to your regular eating and you'll just gain all the way back. You've got to learn how to kind of start balancing this stuff in your life, and, meals that you like, cook it often. Okay, so I am putting guides with suggestions and tips on my website. The first one that you need to take a look at, and what I'm talking about today, is called Guaranteed Results, Doing It My Way, okay? So you can find this on my website, and it's going to be I'm strictly introducing what I do, okay? You need to take what I tell you today and then set up your calorie count for yourself. But I'm telling you exactly what I do, okay? So the meal plans that I'm giving you are designed for quick fat loss to get a lean, muscular physique. Kind of like what you would have had when you were a teenager. If you're athletic, teenager, you're gonna get real lean, muscular. Now, don't let the ladies get scared by that. Do I look like I'm some beefy woman? No, okay. You're gonna get lean and muscular. You're gonna get toned, back to kind of how you were when you were a teenager. This plan is for fat loss. It's for serious fat loss. So if you look at this and you say, Jenny, this seems like something really hard to do long term. Well, you're not supposed to do it long term. You're supposed to do it to cut fat, to get down to the weight that you want, And it's an easy way to do that. My meals are really great for doing that. But I don't think you should do this long term. Get down to the weight that you want and then maintain. It's really easy to maintain. A lot easier to maintain than cutting. When you're cutting, this is the time to get serious. It's January 1st, New Year's resolution. Okay. First rule, you must eat a calorie deficit. And a calorie deficit is different for everybody. I am petite. I am 5'4", and I am shooting for, I'm also a small bone structure, if you can't tell. So I'm petite, I'm 5'4". My calorie deficit, which means I'm eating less calories than I'm burning, okay? And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to make sure that I'm losing fat. I am trying to cut fat. I'm trying to get in shape for my vacations for this summer, whatever. So I'm cutting extra fat. This is not as much about losing weight as it is cutting fat for me, okay? But that will naturally happen in the process, okay? Okay, so I'm 5'4". My calorie deficit range for me, for a petite person, I try to keep it around 1,200 calories. I max out at 1,400. If I start eating 1,400, I start seeing the scale, the scale's moving real slow. My goal is to keep my meals 12, 13, under 1,400 calories. Occasionally, if you're going to have to gauge it if you need to eat a little bit more one day. This is not an exact science. It's not rocket science, okay? Okay. Figure out what your calorie deficit range is. There's calorie counters online. I work out every day. So for me, people would say, oh, you can eat more calories. And I could eat more calories if I wanted to. But like I said, this is a time to cut, and I don't need those extra calories. I can actually get by with 12 to 1,400 calorie calculation with a workout during the day and staying busy. And if I eat my meals, as long as I get my meals in, I don't have a blood sugar drop, okay? So keep that in mind. You need to figure out, if you're sitting at a desk all day, you're not gonna wanna eat as high a calories as somebody who's working out. But at the same time, I'm working out and I'm still eating 12 to 1,400 calories. And it works for me. I initially lose more weight the first 2 weeks when I start the diet, but then as I go on, I do my weight loss range is your 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's usually where it is, okay? So you've got to figure that out for you. I don't know what it is for you, okay? But for me, 5'4", I'm following a 12 to 1,400 calorie range. I don't think anybody, now I'm talking to women. Men can eat many things and lose weight, okay? I'm not talking to the men. But the ladies, I don't think any ladies should be, I think 1,600 calories or less. I don't care how tall you are. If you've got lots of muscle mass, if you're trying to cut, I would keep my calories there. Now, there's all other ways. There's things out there called reverse dieting. I'll tell you about it later on, whatever. We're doing a fat loss cut. Stick with me. Okay, figure out what your calorie range is where you'll be eating in a calorie deficit. Okay, 12 to 1,400 calories for me. You must weigh and measure your food. You absolutely have to do it. It is so easy to go over your calories for the day if you are not weighing and measuring your food. Ideally, I would weigh it all. You can add in, I can't even tell you how easy it is, a few extra nuts, a little bit too much salad dressing. If I would weigh everything if you could. I weigh and measure, my liquids. I'll measure my liquids. I don't weigh my liquids, but I use a scale. I got this scale at Walmart, and you can switch it to ounces, grams. You're going to see on my meal plan sheets, you need to go get a scale, okay? I am sometimes calculating my potatoes in grams, and then my meats, I'm calculating them in ounces. So I'll say I ate a 5-ounce fillet of salmon. You don't have to have a scale, but this is the best investment that